I'm getting a lot of messages asking me about my near-death experience because of the video I put out with the whiteboard. And what I saw when I left my body was darkness, a void, blackness. And all of a sudden, there was a black hole that opened up. And out of it was like a firecracker. But there were so many colors that I can't even describe to you what it looked like. But it was energy, light, that just shot out from inside this black hole. And immediately the light started to form galaxies and to form planets, all in a different configuration. And the planets, the life, everything would evolve. And I would see, like, I would be shot to different points of the planets, and everything is evolving really fast, like it was going 90 to nothing, fast forwarding. And then it would all get sucked into another black hole and get shot out the other side in a different configuration for it to evolve and experience itself. And I knew it was me. I knew it was light and that I was doing all of this and creating all of it. And it just kept happening over and over and over again. And then I zoomed out, and it's just one big part of me. It's like me and then the inverse of me creating all of this. But it's one huge simulation, and there are a lot of smaller simulations occurring within it. And in those simulations, there are different levels and different games, and it just goes from a macro, big, huge cosm all the way down to a microcosm. So everything that's happening in this human experience is a macro of another microcosm that goes down to the very quantum, subatomic particles, all of it. So that is how I get most of my information. I've been studying quantum physics since 2013, and I have 3 degrees: social science, emergency management administration, and healthcare administration. None of those are really what I pull from when I'm doing pattern mapping. Most of what I get my information from is science articles, research, and how I know how everything works. I intentionally died because my life was going so terrible that I told myself, I'm going into surgery. I know what happens when they put you under general anesthesia because I'm from the medical field. So I said, if I don't find out why my life is the way it is, where I went wrong, what I can do about it, then I'm not coming back. If I do not figure out how everything works, I do not want to come back. I will not come back. And those were the things that I told myself out loud in my mind over and over and over again. And then I had my near-death experience, and I learned exactly how everything worked. I had to re-record this part because the volume was completely taken away whenever I finished the video. So that's telling to me that I said something in there that wasn't supposed to be heard. So I have to re-record this part. But in any case, I learned exactly how everything works. And it didn't stop there. When I came back, my brain was different. It was open. I could make the connections. I could draw maps and patterns from everything that I had learned. My memory retention just would come back immediately. I knew so much. I could look at something and tell you exactly how it was made and what its function was, never seeing it before. So it was a life-changing experience, and it was the first indication that I knew immediately that I was the one creating everything and that there was no death. It was just simulated, and that it's simulated every single time. Anyway, I just thought I would share that with everyone who is wondering what happened during my near-death experience. And this is just a little snippet. I mean, I can't put a whole lot of information out there in just a few minutes. So I talked about it some in my first episode of my podcast, Call Me You're Crazy, but it's not complete because it was the first time I was doing anything like this, and I was terrified. So I could only remember like little bits, and my heart rate was like 90 to nothing while I'm doing it. But it actually shows you a good contrast between then and now, and how your confidence grows when you do something. So when you're on the right path, everything works out for you, and nothing is real. Command yourself, and it will happen. That's just how it is. I commanded myself to find out everything, and I did. I command myself every day, and I've built a business. I've come back from nothing. It's a game now. Have a good time.